It
Woo!
is Sunday night as we
I
welcome you
was waiting
all
for that.
to session 3 of the Turngrave Affair. As I
Oh my goodness.
send out the messages around the web, I want to welcome my players. Thank you for coming back after how the previous session ended.
We're very unconscious.
You are. So, for those that missed it, those that aren't aware, our last session ended with every member of the party getting downed by a nasty, nasty looking woman who looked whoops, a little bit like this. I was very self conscious when I showed her the first time because there was absolutely no reaction. So,
The shock of silence.
We were,
Oh,
yeah,
I have
that one.
concerns.
I
I
do
have
like the
lots of
art.
concerns.
yeah, that is, I got that a while back. And now that artist charges too much. So I have very little else from them. But no, the four of you were knocked out, were last thing any of you remember, last thing that Silas saw was an immense figure. A figure that you saw before the zombies, before the horde descended upon you, bowing and stepping into a room that could not fit his massive frame. This figure, in a sort of guttural tone, commanded that the four of you be delivered to his sister. Conscious left Silas after that, fading as he sank into blackness. It's not sure how much time has passed since then, but that darkness is receding. Slowly, Silas feels himself awakening. But it's strange. It feels like there's like weight piled atop him. For a brief second, maybe he thinks, "Hi, Damage Boom, welcome to the stream." For a brief second, Silas thinks maybe, Bryn, his childhood friend, has once more thrown herself atop him, trying to rouse him from bed to join in her antics. But he shifts as he tries to push her away. He pushes against something wet and sticky. And reptilian eyes open, and he realizes he is on a cart filled with dead bodies. The rest of you are also beginning to stir, also finding yourself awakening in this situation, in this horrific scene. And as each of you do, you realize the cart is moving. It is swaying and lurching with slow, plodding steps. And Oliver is the only person that can see the figure hauling it. Positioned near the front, partially buried, his small eyes peer from a furred face across an immense figure. Oliver's used to looking up to people, literally rather than figuratively. But this figure is larger than any he has ever looked at before. Its towering height, easily taller than the tallest man he has ever encountered. And its figure, broad, but mostly shrouded in a ragged cloak, festooned with leaves, pelts, and other trappings of nature. As you guys awake in this state, is there anything you'd like to do?
I mean, I think my main thing is I'm just trying to stay quiet,
Mm-hmm.
so as to not pull attention as I maybe just try to look around me a little more,
Yeah,
maybe situate myself to be more comfortable at the moment, just to try and not feel like I'm probably being squished myself. Because I imagine Silas is probably not the only one.
right. As you
Um,
As you squirm slightly, trying to sink deeper into the corpses, which maybe you have a slight, not predilection, but a slight familiarity with being a Lapaluna, being a creature associated with the goddess of death. But as you squirm down, as you hunker into the corpses, trying to make sure you go unseen, Harryman, you feel a small but fairly powerful foot kick into one of your ribs.
I'm gonna do my best to pretend to stay unconscious.
Okay. What about Aurora? You awake, um, piled amongst the dead, and
Is
first you're probably not even sure. Like, is there anybody else? Am I?
mm,
Is it just me? Because none of you can immediately see each other.
okay. Um,
Uh,
I definitely too feeling the stealth energy, but I wondered if a perception roll was overkill just to find out like how many bodies I'm under.
Sure,
Um,
sure. If you want to do that, you can go ahead and roll that publicly. I'll
okay,
say.
I'll roll a perception check. Now I know because I think I'm still marked as unconscious. My modifier is -1. Is that
Yeah.
valid?
Here, you know what? Why don't
Okay.
I fix that on you guys? So let's go ahead
Mhm.
and remove dying, because none of you are dying any longer. You have stabilized, and you guys are actually all at full HP.
Oh, nice.
You
Because it
seem
was a
to
long rest.
you seem
This
to
is
have
a
recovered.
healing dead people card. This dead people card is healing.
You
Who
have
knew?
sapped the life from
uh,
whatever other survivors were upon this cart and restored your own vitality.
I was actually about to ask.
Yeah. Well, here, why don't we
In a similar
have
vein.
Aurora do her perception check real quick?
Let me do
Okay.
that. Trying to. I don't know why. It's. There we go. It's coming.
Let's see what you got.
I clicked it, but it did not roll.
Okay,
There we
there
go.
we go.
Secretly.
18.
I didn't. Why did it privately roll some dice? That should have been a public roll. I don't know.
Well,
But yes, I did.
there are a dozen corpses in the cart with you. Most of them
Mm-hmm.
appear to be able-bodied men and women, a lot of like guards and stuff.
Mm,
Uh, but yeah, that is what you notice with that. Shy,
okay.
Oliver had
Any
a question.
any recognizable faces
None,
amongst any of them that I can see.
none that you can put a name to. Um, you don't see like Embry or Vera or any of the people that you made your stand with in the mayor's manor. But you do see maybe like a guard that you know that's from like going in and out of town.
Interesting.
Very
All right.
interesting. Um,
So
and over the dozen bodies, am I like at the very bottom of the cart or something?
you might be more towards the bottom, yeah.
Okay. Um,
They figured
I
you were a big
wonder.
sturdy body, you wouldn't get squished by all the other ones being piled atop you.
Yeah, Oliver got stuck on top and he went, I don't want to be here.
Yep.
Yeah. I wonder how much of a is there a stealth strength check to like start wiggling through these bodies a little bit, but stealthily.
I mean, you can do a stealth check if you'd so
Okay.
desire.
I desire
All right, go
to
ahead and
do a
give
stealth.
me a stealth check.
Note that I am terrible at that because I usually pick not stealthy characters.
All right, let's see if you can do it though. Let's
Let's
see
see if
if
we can do it.
Aurora's got it in her.
Do I have it in me? Please be cool.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's very good. That's very good.
Why can't I see my own rolls though? Okay, there we go.
Yep. So you begin
Yes.
to
Okay.
move, and you're moving as quietly as you ever have in your life.
Yeah.
Probably quieter than the time you snuck out to go get some extra training in with your hammer and spear. But as you pull yourself out, one of the bodies above you like slips, snuckles thunking against the wood of the cart, and it pauses, lurches to a halt,
Dang.
and this figure turns its head, which is hidden largely by a hood, and lays down the handle it's using to pull the cart, and as it steps around, Oliver, you see a doughy, sallow face, partially obscured by stringy black hair that looks permanently wet. This this figure stalks around the cart, sort of like eyeing the corpses. But before she can begin poking or prodding at anything, there is a rumble overhead of thunder, and big fat raindrops begin to plop from the sky, landing noisily. She looks up at the heavens, scowling, and returns to the front of the cart, picking it up and hauling it again.
Nice.
So, do you want to continue trying to wiggle free?
That is a good question. Um, I know I had paused when the cart paused,
Hmm.
and I tried to be as dead as possible. Um, uh, in my brain, I was like, our options are we see where we're taken to, or we try to get out the cart. And it sounds like the rest of the group, I think Aurora maybe notices the other folks from that
Yeah,
other
possibly, and
perception
you're
check.
like possibly, and you're moving around as you try to escape. You glimpse
Mhm.
like Silas, and you see his eyes like blink briefly.
Got it.
I was gonna
Um,
say I was initially operating off of like I didn't notice where anyone was because I
Hmm.
didn't know where the other
mhm.
three were.
Yeah.
So Oliver has been staying still and trying to not go notice because he just doesn't have anyone he notices
Yep.
immediately. If
Maybe I
I,
tap
I will say as
paw.
a I will say as a player, if someone were to like try and hop out of the cart, he wouldn't not follow, which is terrible English, but it is probably about as accurate to that as I can get.
Okay.
So that's where my brain's at. Am I hopping out the cart, or are we going to see Bruce's sister? um,
I think
I think I'm. What do you think? Because I tap your paw. How about that? That's the only thing I do. I happen to see your paw and I tap.
if that's the case, I think he kind of gives a look in your direction and goes, or like thinking in his head, like, okay, well, there's one living person at least. Um, I think his only response to you is probably just like a furry finger, just kind of keeping to
Pressed
his
to the
mouth, just say
lips.
like
Yeah.
shh, yeah, like yeah, just like
Yeah.
be quiet, um,
Okay.
and to kind of like so that other people can kind of imagine why Oliver's thinking that is he doesn't know where anyone is, and that's specifically people that
Gotcha.
he would want to find. So
Gotcha.
Oliver's thought process is maybe we'll find our significant others and other things like that, specifically wherever it is we're being taken, but he's not sure in his mind. So he's kind of just
Right.
whatever boat he's in. That and he's a rabbit, and this thing is massive and would probably crush him.
Yes.
Yep. Makes sense. So
All
I'll stay
right.
put. At least I see everybody, so we're good.
All right. You guys stay put. And as rain falls across the land like a sheet, the pace of the cart picks up, the slow plodding steps becoming not exactly swift, but certainly more fast-paced trudges. And as she pulls further along through the rain, and as all of you become thoroughly soaked, Oliver, you see something up ahead. You see what appears to be a way station. It has stone walls, it's got a gate in front of it. There's a signpost that is hanging by only a single chain. And as she approaches, she shoves the front gates open and pulls into this way station.
I was gonna say, I'm definitely gonna try and keep an eye on everything, like taking mental notes of where we're going, everything that's being done to get there.
Yep, yeah, so once within the way station, you notice that there are 4 buildings, each located in like a single corner. To the northwest, there is a small building, um, has a singular door. To the northeast, which is probably the closest building to you, there is a large square structure that has stairs that lead up to a second story. To the southwest, there's a long building with a single set of wide double doors. And to the southeast, there is another sizable building that has 2 chimneys coming from its roof and has a wooden porch out front. As she pulls in, several figures step out of this final building. They are rough-looking men and women. You don't get great glimpses of them, but she trudges towards them, and you hear one of them call, "What's all that you got there?" She mutters something that you don't quite hear. Right, well, you better leave that with us. She pauses, seems to tilt her head, says something in protest that, again, you don't quite catch. She's speaking strangely softly, especially for such a large creature. And with the rain, it is hard to make out what she's saying. But the man waves off whatever concerns that she has. No, she wants us to inspect the dead. Yep, she says, you lot are bringing in too many shoddy bodies that she can't work with. We got to give them a good look over, make sure that we're sending out her way. You can see from your position, even through the pouring rain, that some of the men's companions seem to be snickering behind their hands. But after a brief conversation, in which he keeps insisting that the cart is to stay here, the figure that was dragging the cart seems to finally relent. He says, "All right, pull it in a stable. We'll take care of it later. I guess if you have to, get yourself dried off. Afraid we don't have enough food for someone your size, unless you tend to take one of those." He sort of sneers at the cart. And the woman turns, grabs this towering woman turns, grabs a cart, and pulls it into the stables. It's somewhat dark within here. There aren't a lot of windows or anything. And the one open door it's raining outside. So it's very dim. But she drags it in, sets the cart down, leaves it in place. And as she turns to go, a large hand, one that seems like it could hold Oliver and crush him in a single grasp, reaches out and grabs a man from the top of the cart. And as she stumps away, you see her bite into this person like it is a chicken leg and just rip away flesh and bone before the double doors swing shut behind her.
So we've stopped moving.
You have stopped
And we're
moving.
alone.
You are seemingly alone and in these stables.
Oliver.
Harriman's gonna give it a minute to let the thing walk away before
Mhm.
he
Yep.
starts to get up.
That's exactly the boat Oliver's in. Honestly, he's making
And
sure.
yeah, absolutely. Because I do want to get up and
Yeah.
get out somehow, but just give me
I
a
think,
second.
yeah, I think even Oliver, since he knows that you at least are present, kind of looks to you specifically and just like puts up a paw, just wait a
Yep.
moment more. And as long, I don't know if about anyone else, but as long as roughly a minute passes, I think that's when
The minute
Oliver maybe kind of.
passes in silence.
Okay.
So, do we need to stealth roll or do we just need to move?
That is up to you guys.
Oh no.
Harriman thinks he's
Did
alone now, so he's gonna get up to look around.
It'll be much to your surprise when two more pop out, if not three.
yeah, like all of us like pop up at once,
Stepping
like
from the
daisies.
stables. No. No, as you rise, as you pull your weary bones out of the pile of corpses, you do notice that there are probably a few other survivors with you, but that this room is empty. There is the smell of
Okay.
musk and a metallic scent that the old soldier in you identifies as blood,
Mhm.
but you don't notice any threats within.
Any um I know my spear was broken by
Hmm.
Ruth. That was rough. I assume I still have my hammer.
As you guys look around, um, you do find your hammer, Silas. Uh, actually, do you even have anything?
The only thing that he had on him was like his pair of shears.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like they took those out from you. Uh, Harryman, you still have your cane.
Okay.
Uh, and were you carrying your sickle? Was Oliver carrying his sickle?
It was
Oliver, you
given
got it
to
back.
Aurora,
Okay, then
Hmm.
I still can have it,
and she was
but I don't
originally
have it.
holding it in
Then,
combat.
all right.
Do,
Then the sickle is there as well.
okay.
Okay.
Do I give it back to Oliver?
That is
Because I
up to
know it
you.
means a lot to him.
I
I
was
would
going to
like
say
to give
that's
it back to
technically your
Oliver.
choice. I
I would like
appreciate
to give
it.
it back to Oliver because I know their sickle meant a lot.
All right. So
I mean, I
So I
appreciate it.
quietly hand
you've passed the
it.
It gives
sickle
you a nod.
back to him, and you guys look disgusting. I just want to say, like, you are covered in the filth of these corpses.
Yep, I figured.
Yeah.
It's not a good day.
I don't know. We're still alive, so it's probably a pretty good day.
Let's I'm
Better
gonna
day than
gonna
anticipated.
delete the spears and sickles from your character sheet for Aurora.
Yes, please. For I do not have these weapons right now.
Nope, nope. We'll give you your warhammer back.
Yay.
I've already got my sickle back at my hip, so
Yep. And you guys hopped out, so you're not prone anymore. And as I said, you guys are at full HP, so you can set yourself that way.
And
Okay. Yeah.
seeing that there are other people who are alive in this cart with me, I guess after a quick look around to make sure there's like no more of those things around or no more of those people outside can see us,
Hmm.
Harriman would like to try to see if anyone else is alive in the cart.
So you look through the cart, and you see faces that you recognize, and I imagine you draw upon some training, some familiarity to force down any sorrow that you feel at the moment in your search, but it ultimately proves fruitless. You four are the only survivors upon this cart.
Fun. Okay.
Well, it seems we're the last four still standing.
I'm gonna get
I
out of
guess
here.
we should probably try to find a way to leave.
It's
So he says this,
that a
turns to the
perception?
group, looking to them. And you guys can hop off the cart if you want.
It's still paused.
Oh, bam.
There we go.
Every time. Specifically, I'm going to move actually away from the doors just because I don't want to be near them personally
Mhm.
until we decide we wish to make our way over there. So Oliver actually kind of hops off the other direction.
Yeah. These stables, I didn't create like vision. They don't block vision or anything. I didn't design set them to, but they are about like 3 feet tall or so. So if you could potentially duck behind them if you wanted to.
Mhm.
They certainly provide cover.
While they're, I guess, doing that, I'm actually gonna come to the doors and have a listen to see if anyone else is coming.
You hear the pelting sound of rain.
I can't hear anyone like sloshing through the mud.
Not presently.
Okay.
If you actually want to give me a secret perception check. Damage, what they can see on the map should be limited to this room here. Is that correct for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much.
Good. That means I set stuff up right.
I think that's secret. Well, I can't even see what I rolled, so
Don't worry,
then
Yeah,
that's
secret
secret.
for me as well.
okay. That's all that matters.
the rain is just coming down too hard to make out anything that's happening out there.
Well,
At the
he's
very
still gonna
least, you don't
speak
hear
kind of
anybody
soft.
approaching.
He's gonna still speak kind of softly, but loud enough to be heard over the rain. It's like, I don't think anyone else is walking up. So
Aurora's like,
but this
she
doesn't
does.
does
Yep.
I
You
was
go
just
ahead.
saying I got my hammer. I was like, Aurora has her hammer. I was like, if we need to go, I think now might be the time.
this does seem to be only way in and out.
We do know of it,
We
or at least I
cannot
can
leave.
confirm there's at least a few individuals from what I saw. But
More like the big thing.
no, like
They were human sized.
correct me. I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong. Then, but like just kind of scuffed up people overall,
Rough looking
Hmm.
individuals, but
rough looking
people.
individuals. That's
Yeah.
what the word is. Yeah.
By any chance, did any of you see where this spot is? Do we know
Would have
which?
No.
been practically right outside these doors, right? Well, not like right outside, but
Yes.
in the general vicinity, not too far out, right?
The building they came out of is maybe about 20, 30 feet from the stable.
Yeah.
Well, Harriman's trying to inquire. Did anyone see like the name of this ranch or whatever this place is to try to get an idea of where we are in the countryside?
I guess if I was
Oh,
probably
that
closer
is
to the
what.
top, would I have gotten anything like that, BB?
You want to give me a retroactive perception check?
Sure. Secret.
Let's make it. You can do public.
Okay. My character sheet is saying I have no. Oh, because that's initiative. I'm dumb. All right, I'm gonna click on you. Boom, boom. Public roll. Cool.
A 10.
Hey.
You couldn't make it out through the rain, unfortunately.
Then I'll confirm as such. Would I have my
Damn.
buckler on as well?
Yes, it is still strapped to your arm.
Okay.
Is the decision to leave quietly or just leave? Or are we trying to fortify it?
He heard that there's other, or saw that there's other people here So we may want to try to leave quietly.
Sounds like a plan. Do we
Because
need to
the
do
big
a
thing,
group?
it didn't sneak past them, right? It just walked past them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They seemed
So
partially acquainted in at least some way. Maybe
They-
not like
they-
a ton, but at least
They
partially.
interacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so then we probably don't want to interact with them.
No, we don't. So
Um,
is this a group stealth check? Well, how do you do?
Well, as you guys gather up, prepare to go, why don't you all give me some quick perception checks?
Open.
On it.
Yeah.
Ooh, game's being a little slow.
Well, yeah, again. Oh, because I kept clicking initiative. Please.
Whoops.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did the same
Did the
thing
same
earlier.
thing. Yeah. Oh.
Yep, then we were just waiting
Come on.
on Aurora's. All right.
Very
So,
high roll. Cause
none of you hear this figure approaching before a ruffian opens a door, grumbling and complaining to himself. Said a meat, I'll grab the meat. Sort of under his breath, but he pauses as he looks to you. Hey! And as he does, we're going to go into initiative.
I figured. Oh no.
So, everybody go ahead and roll for your initiative. And let me throw on the music I forgot to have going this entire time.
I mean, the not music was pretty fun.
Natural 20 for Oliver. All right.
There's a- Come on, Caleb. Did my roll come through? Nope.
All right. Let's go ahead and begin this encounter. Oliver, you see this rough-looking individual open the door, and as his eyes fall upon you, violence clearly alights within them.
All right. Well, then that answers my immediate first question, which was, does it look like he was about to strike? And if the answer is yes, I think Oliver is going to just, no questions asked. We're already in a bad spot anyways. He's going to just charge forward here. Let's see. I have a movement speed. Where is that?
Should be 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yep.
Where is that? Is that on the main page?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. In that case, I would actually like to, because I only moved 15 feet at this point, but I actually think I want to try and tumble through
Okay. So you race up to
as
this
my
guy
first action.
and try to dart
specifically.
between his legs.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, go ahead and give me that acrobatics check against the target's reflex DC.
Hold up.
All right,
I thought that was going to be another nat 20.
it is a 13. So you race forward, trying to spring between this man's legs, but while he doesn't appear entirely coherent, he is quick enough to stop your progress.
Then he'll turn it into a kick.
Okay.
He got in the way. I'll use the momentum I already had to try and kick him instead.
All right.
I will, just because why not? I'll go ahead and make it non-lethal.
Let's see if you got it.
Target him first.
Yep. Make sure you got that target on. Ooh, that is
Aye.
unfortunately a miss. Okay. That was 2 actions. You have 1 remaining.
I'll try again to tumble past.
Okay. No.
I'll just be stuck in the way. That's fine. Cool.
You race up to this guy, and essentially he just sticks out his hand against your head and is just holding you back at arm's length. Sort of
Fuck him.
Looney Tune style.
Specifically, screw him in particular.
I've never seen a rabbit come running towards me. That's a new one for sure. His turn. He's going to start off by taking a swing at you with his fist. So he is going to target you, not the door, like I almost did. He swings out with a critical hit.
Cool. I'll roll under a 10, and then I'll get crit. This is cool. Screw
As
me.
is tradition.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So he wallops you for 8 damage.
Unconscious.
All right.
Immediately.
He is then going to swagger in for his second action. I don't know who the rest of you lot are, but you made a mistake. And then he is going to swing out towards Aurora.
Yeah.
With a second attack. And miss. With that, it is Harry's turn.
I think he's going to step over, one action, shut the door for a second action, and then swing on Mr. Grumpy Pants.
Alright, you have a flank. Okay, target?
Question.
Yes.
Am I just unconscious or am I dying?
You are unconscious, because his attacks are non-lethal.
Okay. I
Alright.
will set that up.
That is a successful hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Alright, you strike out against him, smacking him in the back of, like, his shins or in, like, the back of his calves, like, Oi! Well, there's 2 of you! Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised about multiple rabbits in a single spot. Alright. Aurora.
I've been attacked and I'm unconscious. This is not fair.
You
So,
already have your hammer drawn.
Yes, I was gonna ask that, so I wanted to confirm.
Yep, you stated it before combat began.
All right. Is there a possibility to do first a hit, then a shove, or is that a shove considered an attack?
They are both attacks, but you can still do them in any order you would like.
Okay. I think I want to do.
I will say right now you have a flank, which is going to make his AC lower, and thus easier for you to hit him.
Okay. Alright. So we're gonna hit first because he knocked out Oliver, and she's like, "I lost my friend. Why you hit the bunny?"
All right. That is a 14, and you didn't target him, but that is a hit.
Oh, I knew I forgot something.
So go ahead and roll for damage.
Is it too late to target him?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you have him
You
targeted
just double
now.
right click.
Yep. Or just hover over and press T. 7 points of damage. You wallop him with a warhammer, and for the first time, he seems to stop treating it like this sort of whole thing as a joke. He seems to start taking it a little bit seriously now.
I figured I would have triggered him. Didn't mean to. I just need him out the way. So, I would like to. I would like to shove him out the way. Is that considered an unarmed attack?
No, that uses your athletics check, and it will be
All right.
a number 2. But this is going against his fortitude DC to shove him. And just beware, if you're shoving him, you're probably shoving him to a space where he's not going to be flanked anymore.
Okay. So, team, is the intent to kill this ruffian, or is the intent to just get him out of the way so we can run away? Because I originally thought we were just trying to get him out the way so we can run away. We need to kill this man. Or
Niceties
ruffian.
are over.
Niceties are over. I'm out here
I
swinging.
mean, I was ready to just try and knock him unconscious, but now that's where I am. So this is up to you guys.
All right. Well, I could do a second hit if that's because I'm not running. I just didn't know if we were trying to get him out of the way and go. So, all right, second hit then.
Okay.
And get.
So make sure you're clicking attack number 2.
2. Yep. Not -5. Okay. I'm not clicking. It doesn't click.
That is another hit.
All right.
So you wallop him once with a hammer, causing blood to erupt from his mouth. As he turns to glare at you, opening with a retort, you bring the hammer back again and smack him a second time, cutting off whatever insult he had prepared. However, while badly hurt, he is still standing.
That's not good. Oh, I don't know. Still watching the show, but I don't know.
Rick, screw this guy.
Oh,
It'll
can I
be rough to hit him at this point, but if you'd like to try, you
Yeah.
can.
I don't think I would be able to hit him, but
You pretty much need
You want
that.
to go for gold?
Natty 20 to get a hit at this point.
I would need a nat. Who's that? Don't know her.
You can also do something like, if you have any intimidation, you could try to demoralize him to make him frightened.
I would like to demoralize him.
Okay,
That sounds
so
great.
go ahead,
Yeah.
give me an intimidation check. That should be under your skills.
I give her.
You-
I give
you-
the weakest orc growl in the history of orc growls. It's like, "Arr!" So
He sneers at you. Silas, it is your turn.
Okay. I think Silas is actually going to call out and try to demoralize, saying, "You're outnumbered in this room."
All right, let's see if you got it. Can the lizard folk intimidate this man?
These are the great questions.
give him dinosaur. Give him.
Is that...
Give him ferocity.
That is a 12.
Nope.
You almost had him. You feel like you were close. He turns for a second, taking notice of the numbers. But he's like, "I'll take you all on."
And with that retort, Silas goes, "Okay," and immediately throws out his hand as hold wraps around his forearm and blasts forward with a ray of frost.
All right. Go ahead and give me that attack roll. 15 is a hit.
Nice.
This bolt of frost streaks forward, hitting this man and bringing him down. He topples. The music eases off, settling for something a little more sinister, but a little less frantic.
I'm gonna try to check on Oliver.
He is unconscious, but otherwise unharmed.
Check his pockets. See if he has anything.
Check
useful
Oliver's
in.
pockets. You immediately loot
No.
the smaller rabbit.
Yeah,
All right, we got what we
That's
can.
all right.
Leave him.
that's how rabbit society works.
Yep.
No,
No.
no.
Well, I'll tell you find an adventurer's pack,
no.
1 gold, 3 silver.
Check his prison pocket.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But no, on the
My secret spirit.
bandana guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
see if he has anything that we could use to heal Oliver.
Indeed. Well, on him, he has a bottle of alcohol, which I was gonna
That could
consume
work.
on my turn, and then another bottle that is unmarked and is filled with a dark green liquid.
Is there a label on it?
There is not.
I would like to try to identify the substance, see if it's a medicine or healing potion.
Sure.
Make sure I
Yeah.
don't feed him poison.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a crafting check. And damage, all the characters are newly met. They are not very familiar with each other yet. Ah, yeah, you identify this potion, this elixir, as a minor elixir of life, which does have some healing properties. Alright, this is a little
Okay.
bit too heavy. Let's do something.
If it is a healing remedy, I would like to try to feed it to Oliver, because I don't know right now any other way to heal him.
Right.
Okay. So,
And
we take this minor elixir of life. I'm gonna hit this real quick. Oliver, you recover 3 hit points. And for 10 minutes, you have a +1 on saving throws against diseases and poisons. But with that, you're no longer unconscious.
Yay! I'm gonna stand up. Okay, thank you. And then I'm also gonna be like, well, glad to know that I was of use in that one. Thank you. Is it Harry?
Yes, you can call me Harry.
Oliver.
He'll just nod his head and stand up.
And then Aurora said, "Oh, I'm so glad you're okay, buddy fella. What's your name again?"
Oliver. And yours?
Aurora. I was so worried at first. I'm glad you're okay a little bit. Well, I know we gotta move this ruffian out the way. Maybe hide him in one of the stable corners so we can figure out how to get out of this wretched room. It smells
Well,
horrible in here.
honestly, we could probably he might fit in with the cart of bodies.
Toss him onto the cart.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dang.
Sounds
And if there's nothing else useful on him, yeah, we'll just throw him on the cart.
I do grab the alcohol.
Okay.
And your name, friend?
I'm Silas.
Well, I understand it's not the best of circumstances, but a pleasure nonetheless.
Silas just kind of nods, still trying to take in the brevity of the situation. None of the bodies were Bryn. He's a little confused. All he's doing is entering survival mode.
Yeah, pretty similar boat.
If we are, it seems that we're the only survivors left. And it seems that there are non-friends here, so we should probably start leaving very quickly.
Agreed. Aurora keeps her hand in her hand.
I was gonna say, I think Oliver he'll pull out the sickle and have the buckler more ready.
Okay.
Are we
My
opening the
curiosity is where others are, because I don't know about you, but one might say that a couple individuals that I'm looking for are not among the bodies here, from what I can tell.
Well, hopefully they're back in town, however
Right.
far away that is.
Yeah, I hope they're okay with my twin brother. In town.
All right. So,
Start figuring out where we are.
Giant orc lady is ready to kick open this door.
yeah, if you guys
No,
want to
no,
open
no,
doors.
no kicking. No kicking.
We've handled this one. Let's try and stay more quiet from here.
Alright. Is it a stealth open? How do we open it?
It's up to you guys.
I would like to, if there's any kind of space that like you can look between the doors, I would like to try to look out.
There's
As a
probably like a
perception check.
crack, but it's probably not enough to like make anything out through, given the driving rain.
Then I will open the door like maybe a couple inches so I can see out.
All right. You see a large building across the way. It looks like a little bit shorter than this one, but there are chimneys on it from which smoke reaches out of. And then you see the sort of like almost courtyard that has become filled with mud. You see the tracks of the cart as it was dragged in, and you see heavy bare footprints. Not bear as in B-A-R-E, bear.
It seems we're in some sort of hard structure. Does Harriman by any chance recognize this building?
Give me a society check if you have it. Or if you don't, I'll allow it. Either way.
I am trained.
15. Okay. You feel, and you're not even entirely certain about this, but you remember you were traveling up the coast once, and you stopped at a way station, a little like sort of tavern, called the Drunken Pony Way Station. And this looks similar to how you remember it.
And way stations are like real along the highway. They're stop points.
Sort of motel, yeah. Motel sort of vibes.
All right. So we may not be in a town, but we should be close to a major roadway. So we should be able to at least find our way to a town pretty easily if we could get out of here.
Wonder. I'm down to like stealth walk out, see if we could use the cover of rain, and at least get to another spot where we can hide behind the stuff, and then like slowly make our way to the road.
Are any of you particularly nimble? My old legs aren't as good as they were.
I wonder if I could carry.
Well, I meant for maybe inching out a little further before we all just mass leave. Make sure there's no one else walking around.
Are
That's
you referring to just more stealthy than
Yes.
overall?
Yes.
Yes.
Because nimble, I would say I am. Stealthy, not as much, but I don't feel like I'm necessarily terrible at it.
We might just have to
Follow
wing it then
your
as a
sights.
group.
I've got a mechanical +3.
That's better than my +1. So because I'm a 7-foot orc.
Since Harriman's at the door, he will take a step out.
Anything from Silas?
I can comfortably say that I am used to getting into trouble with friends, but we don't always get caught.
Nice.
They
Oh,
use
okay.
the +4.
So
Or
I
says Silas,
see-
you're cool.
So I see doors. Do I see any windows in these buildings?
This one here, you actually see a window here. And through it, because it is lit, you can make, from within, you can make out a table that is piled with what appears to be armor and weapons and other gear.
Ooh. Anybody
Alright,
see a spear?
Seeing that there's a window, I'm gonna step back in, trying to hide real quick. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so there are windows, so we might get seen, but you, young lady, are quite a fierce warrior. Inside one of these buildings seems to be an armory of sorts. You do seem the
Ooh.
most physically capable, but I'm not sure if we should risk more engagement. What do you guys say?
I am more concerned about getting out, but I'm also okay if you feel we need a little bit more armor to get through this. I could try to see if I could steal any armor that's close by. I'm just not the stealthiest being, so.
There's always the option. It is right by a window. You guys could. And this is just
Oh, was
me thinking aloud. Could
was the
sneak up.
window
Please do.
open?
It was not. It was not. But
Hmm.
somebody could break the window, just try to grab the stuff and run.
I would like to do that.
And then we'll roll to
If
see what you
that's-
guys get.
Is the team okay with me doing that, or y'all are like,
Uh,
leave the
let's-
weapons? We're getting out of here.
If we're gonna do anything not stealthily, I think we should do it as a group.
Agreed. So
I think we also may need to secure an exit or make more noise. So I
Alright,
did see
then I won't do
several
that.
doors, but I'm not sure which one is the main door out.
I'm down with securing an exit.
You described us coming through.
Yep.
So I would have probably had like a good feeling as to where we came from.
Yeah, you feel like the way out, did you take a minute to orient yourself? You believe it is pretty due east.
Due east.
Yep. So pretty
Okay.
much straight the way you're facing. Just
Gotcha.
somewhere that way.
So I think Oliver will probably just claim that as that specifically.
Alright, well, there
Alright.
was a set of double doors between the two buildings. That might be the way out.
Alright. Do I break the
Alrighty.
window before we go?
The door's closed.
I think
you
we
can't
should
escape.
make. Yeah, I was trying to. Okay,
No,
I, didn't
I
realize
thought
someone broke the
I thought you
door.
were trying to drag yourself out there. so-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was, but
What
I
are you guys
almost want to
thinking?
suggest that we double check the double doors, but I don't know if we have enough time to do all that.
All
we
right,
might
so
just
yeah,
have to
what is the plan
beat
here? Are we going straight for the escape, or do you guys want to arm up? Because you saw how it was in town. It might be useful to be a little bit better prepared.
Yeah.
I think Oliver's in the idea of arming up only because who knows what else they have in there. If it is an armory, it might just be weapons, but maybe we'll get lucky. They might have other quote unquote potions similar to like the one you had to unfortunately immediately feed to me.
He goes,
We're lucky.
all right, I guess we're gearing up.
We're gearing up.
Okay.
There's a door right outside that leads to that building. Hopefully, I didn't see anyone in that building, but hopefully there's not, so we can mad dash in there, close the door behind us, and get suited up before trying to make an exit.
I'm down to stealth roll.
All right.
Just
so
say
if
when.
that is the plan. Why don't we open the door and get going?
I think onward we go.
All right, Aurora, you can see the building they're talking about.
Mhm.
Harriman dashes out.
It was this building, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
The window is right here.
All right, I'm gonna double check.
Oh, Aurora
through the
closed the
window?
door.
I didn't mean to close
She
the door.
sent the old
Did
man
not mean to
out,
do
and
that.
they're like, "All right, the bait's in play."
That would have been dope. But no.
Sacrifice the old man.
That explains a lot. I went to try and move out the door, and immediately it stopped me, and I went, "Oh, all right."
As we
He's got-
come rushing up,
He's got the least to live for.
I would like to peek through the window to make sure no one else is in there.
You are peering into you peer through a grimy window in what appears to be a kitchen. A fireplace, a cauldron sits over a fireplace, though it appears empty. And lining the shelves deeper in the room are jars and different sort of containers. On the table right by the window, however, there are a variety of, like I said, weapon, armor, just general sort of gear. Many of which appear to be stained with blood.
I don't see anyone, so I motion to go through the door.
Okay.
So do I just click on the door?
If you're opening the door, yes. So you open the door, and as you step
Oh
in,
shoot!
you
It's
see
like 6
a
people.
trio of individuals within. They appear to be in the
Whoops.
midst of a celebration, laughing to themselves. And one of them, you see a goblin, and you see a human. But this one, you're not quite sure what they are. Their head is oddly like pumpkin shaped. They are bald, and you can like see a divot in their skull. But they are drinking heavily, laughing to themselves. You hear, "Man, you see how she just walked on by? I knew it. I knew she weren't clever enough to figure out our plan." The others laugh, but they pause as the door opens, and they turn expectantly. "Rufus, what took you so—" And they stop as they see this towering orc standing in the way.
Covered in blood and gore.
"Hey, you ain't Rufus! Get her!"
I was gonna be like diplomacy check.
Intimidation, something.
I was
And
like,
once
oh,
more-
no, it's just...
We descend
Yay.
into the fray of battle.
Oy, I don't. That's not good.
That's not good. I was hoping to be like, hey, I know Rufus. Rufus had sent me to tell you guys, the plan is
Give
going
us-
to plan.
Give
What?
us free stuff.
Mayhaps you will still get the chance.
All right, well, we'll see.
Oh no.
Let's see. Come on, initiative. I want to give me my initiative. And Foundry
Uh-oh.
knows I failed.
Just make sure you're... So actually, if you go to like the encounter thing, the encounter tab, your character will be there and there'll be a die next to your name. And you can just roll initiative using that.
It's not coming up.
And I learned...
It's just clicks.
So like the cross swords in the toolbar?
Yeah.
Yep, if you click that, you should see your name. Oh, looks like you got it. Alright, excellent.
Yeah.
We are going to go ahead and begin encounter with
Oh, man.
Silas.
I did not mean to
Okay.
trigger that.
I will safely assume we didn't see anything from the window, so I'm just gonna.
Oh no, I did. I just led you guys into a trap.
Of course.
As Harriman reveals his true allegiance.
Silas will come up the steps here, and then just from behind Aurora, yell out, "Duck down!" And we're gonna target this thug here.
This one? Okay.
with a ray of frost.
Alright, let's see it. A bolt of cold streaks from your hand. And strikes him true. Ooh, 6 cold damage. Your bolt of frost freezes the man, the human. He cries out in pain, dropping his mug, which shatters, revealing an ice cube that you created. This frozen mug of beer. Alright, that is all 3 actions. And it is the thug you just targeted's turns. You spilled my beer! And he is going to start off by hurling. He grabs another mug on the table and tries to hurl it at you. Why does he have a -1 on this? Oh, range penalty. Okay, yeah. Critical failure.
I'll take it.
He scoops down, trying to grab a mug, and instead grabs from the critical fumble deck.
Awesome.
So let's roll to see
Clever
what he gets
wording. I
on
love
it.
that.
Critical fumble, number 31.
Number 31.
Ranged. Until healed, he takes a -2 circumstance penalty to ranged attacks. So he goes to throw this, and he just throws out his elbow as the cup shatters against the stone wall here. He's like, ah! The arm! And so instead, realizing that this is not working, he is going to draw a sickle he had on his belt, and he is going to step up.
Wait a sec, that's my thing.
Yay.
Well, he's stealing your thing.
Keep him off the streets.
Aww.
This other fellow, this burly sort of pumpkin head fellow, remembers to switch to battle music as a free action. For his first actual action, he grabs a pitchfork that was sort of impaled into the floor beside him and pulls it out. I don't know who you are. Well, you ain't welcome here. He is going to move forward. Move. There's a window here as well. But he is going to try to stab at Aurora. And Aurora, you are going to get lesser cover for this. So you will get a +1 to your AC.
Okay.
Which I actually think, just real quick, I can give you.
I'll do it. Okay.
Or not.
Eh.
Alright, we'll just keep track. You have a +1 to AC. So he stabs out with his pitchfork. And he gets an 18.
Yeah, he definitely got me.
Successfully landing his strike. This pitchfork stabs into you for 9 damage.
That's fun. Alright.
But that is all 3 of his actions, which means it is Aurora's turn.
It's my turn. Alright. So, as first action, I'm going to hit at the person in front of me.
Make sure you're targeting.
Make sure I'm targeting.
So if you hold over, you can just press T, and it should target the character.
Okay. It did not.
It did. It
Okay.
did.
Okay.
It's got your purple dot on it.
Yes. Now, if the mouse. Oh, mouse. Alright. We're going to swing the hammer like
justice.
she's Thor.
Alright,
Yes. Alright.
let's see if you got it.
Let's see if we got it.
18, you wallop this man, impacting your hammer with his chest. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Alright.
Only 4 points of damage.
Not a lot
Minimum
of damage.
damage.
but
but enough to lay him low. Your
Oh.
hammer slams into this man's chest, and he gives a loud oof and collapses to the ground, seeming to
He
struggle
doesn't
to
fall
breathe.
backward.
Yeah. That was
Alright.
one action. You have 2 remaining.
Alright. I needed an athletics to like push through.
Well, you can move through his space because
Okay.
he's just an unconscious body.
Okay. Because I don't want to block the door anymore.
Yep.
So I'll come in here. Actually, I have more room to move, correct?
Yes, you would have 15 more feet if you wanted to move further.
And then, is there anything I can grab that's over? Like the weapons weren't over here.
No, they were. You see that there is a door back here, and it looks like they were inside there.
Dang, I opened the wrong door. Okay, so then
Well,
I
it's
need
the only
to,
door we saw.
Yeah, is that a table? Can I
It
stand
is
on the
a
table?
bar. Yeah, if you
Can I
wanted to
stand
hop
on the
on the bar, we'll treat it as
I'm
difficult
gonna hop on the
terrain.
bar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hopping on the bar.
All right. You still
and-
have 1 action left.
All right. Can this gentleman here? I guess it's too late for diplomacy. I could have been like, Rufus just wanted me to get the weapons. Is that like deception or something?
I mean, you beat a man to near death. I think it is far too late.
It's far too late. So, can I swing at this man? I really want weapons. Get out of here.
Sure. Yeah. Make sure you're targeting him,
Making sure I target him.
and this will be attack number 2.
All right.
This little goblin looks up at you in surprise as you swing your hammer down.
I'm sorry, man. I just want weapons.
She says, holding the weapon.
She says as she bashes him in the head with a warhammer and misses.
Yeah, which is fair. This is valid. I also
Right.
need to fix my HP here. Because I took 9, right?
Yes, it is that thug's turn. For his first action, he will draw his sickle. For his
That's
second
valid.
action, they scramble up to be on equal footing with you. Though still not quite, because they are a goblin. And then they slash out with their sickle.
This is valid.
Are you freaking?
Yeah,
And get a natural 20.
yeah. I'm dead.
So this is an unnamed character, so I will not draw a card, but I will be rolling critical damage.
Any
as you
damage
take-
would be.
As you take 12 damage.
Yep, definitely unconscious. Definitely unconscious.
Alright. Aurora drops. So, yep. You still? It didn't immediately give you, like, unconscious and stuff.
So do I put dying 1? How's it?
I got you covered.
Yay!
When you took damage, did you just do it to your HP on like your sheet, or did you click the damage button?
On my sheet.
Ah,
That might be why,
gotcha. That makes sense. Alright,
because I did this earlier.
Oliver. Is come around to you. You saw
All right. Well,
you saw Aurora swing at somebody and then push into the room.
yeah, that's about all I've got so far. So I want to at least start making my way in here.
You do have a bit of an angle on this ugly-looking guy here, this pumpkin-headed fellow.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off by moving 15 feet just so I can get to here and actually look a little as to what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Okay. 15. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try and take this opportunity. I'm going to move a little more here.
Okay.
What is this below him?
This is a stairwell, but the opening is over here. And it goes
Okay,
up.
so I wouldn't be able to go to the other side of him and hit him from there.
No.
That's unfortunate. Okay. All right. Well, I do see that Aurora's down, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to continue past then for now.
Okay.
Maybe. There we go. And I guess this would be treated as difficult terrain, which would get me to exactly here.
Correct. All right, so one action, you race into the room, seeing both your downed friend and a thug.
I do have my sickle drawn. I'm going to do that real fast. I did mention that earlier.
Okay.
I'm going to, for my second action, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to raise my shield.
All right.
And I'll put that on myself.
Very cool.
Okay, there we go. And then I think my next thing is I'm going to try and strike out.
All right.
And I'll use the sickle.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
Target.
Yep. Make sure you're doing that. A 19, that is a hit. Your sickle bites into the flesh of this man, dealing 5 points of damage. The goblin shrieks in pain. But after that, it is Harry's turn.
At this point, he's kind of like, well, fuck it. And he's gonna go over to the window and break it out.
Okay, with his cane or something?
Yep, just takes his
Alright.
cane and jams it into the window to break it out.
One action to stride over there. This is pretty simple glass. I'll just let you do that with the cane. Not going to have you roll for attack or damage or anything. You have one action
And
remaining.
then he is going to grab something that looks like a shield.
Okay. Yeah, you find a simple wooden shield there.
Alrighty. I believe that is his full turn,
Round
unfortunately.
2. Silas.
All right.
And while they're taking their turn, Zach, if you want to add a wooden shield to your inventory.
Alright.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and move to get in a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I could potentially get in here to try and help. I think Oliver. So if it's 5, 10, and then if I'm trying to move up and over this table to get around, that would be
moving
difficult
into
terrain,
the
right?
square at least is difficult terrain. Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Clambering
so-
on top of the bar.
So 15, 20, and then
25.
5 to get
Yeah.
to here.
Gets you some
Okay,
cover.
perfect. I will accept it. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do a pot shot on this guy who's probably gonna come after me down here.
Okay. I was also going to say,
For the
this
men.
guy is looking low, and he does not
Okay.
have any cover because Aurora is unconscious.
Is actually like down. Okay. Well then, actually, yeah. Then I will try and double up on him then.
Okay.
And I'll throw another little ray of frost at him.
All right.
Go.
Cold streaks from your arm and critically hits.
Nice.
So go ahead
Beautiful.
and do damage. Frost erupts from your palm, striking this goblin, who freezes mid-swing towards Oliver. Alright, with that, comes around to this ugly fellow here. And he looks sort of scowling. Those were my friends! And he is going to step forward and using the reach of his pitchfork, he is going to strike out at Silas. And miss.
Thank goodness.
Enraged, he tries again. Sort of impale you on his pitchfork.
Please no.
And this time,
Oof.
his strike lands true.
Ow.
So he comes up, he just stabs. You manage to dodge aside. The pitchfork scrapes off the wall. He pulls it back in, stabs again, lands it, this time for 9 points of damage.
I'm down.
Silas. So this pitchfork comes at you and stabs like through your gut, and you can hear it, some of you, scrape against the back wall. As Silas drops.
Emphasis on some of us. Oh, Silas
Aurora,
is dead. No.
you need to make a recovery check.
Okay. Not gonna lie. How?
So, we can do that. So you just roll a d20,
Mhm.
and we compare, and the flat check, it's a DC 10 plus your dying value flat check. So it's DC 11 right now.
Okay.
If you succeed, you stabilize and are no longer dying.
I hit the. Okay. Roll.
Yep, so just go ahead and roll a d20.
Dude. Did it not go through?
Did you use down bottom?
Yep.
So after you click on the d20, you have to click the roll button. Hey, there you go. That is a successful stabilized. So with that,
Also, on your character sheet, if you look next to Dying and Wounded, there's a little dice icon for a d20 that does actually roll the recovery check specifically.
beautiful. I wasn't sure because I didn't have character sheets open. But yeah,
And I
I
had
can
it open.
right-click dying, and now you are merely unconscious.
Yeah. It's still at 0.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us back to Oliver. Shire, you muted?
Thank you.
Okay.
I fixed it. I can't target the pitch because the thug's in the way.
Oh, let me move.
Oh, wait, I can do this.
The pitch
That works too.
quickly stabs the thug and throws him over his shoulder like he was a bale of hay with his
Just
pitchfork.
eats him for a free action.
While screaming, "That was my friends!"
I also found another way you can apparently target from the encounter tracker.
Oh, nifty.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna step because I'm not stepping into difficult terrain.
Mhm.
I really wish I could help Silas right now.
As you hop down, the frozen goblin topples over the side, and you hear the sound of shattering.
Rip. All right, we're gonna try and raise the shield again,
Okay, keeping that going.
and then, yep, and I'll strike out.
Sickle strike.
Where?
21 is a hit. For 5 damage, you carve into this man's thick, hairy hide. He gives a grunt of pain. Speaking of Harry, it's his turn.
Alright, with the shield now, he's gonna come running into the room.
Oh, not there, he's not.
Okay, yeah. As soon as they can see, he comes running up to this individual, and I'm just gonna try to bop him in the back of the head.
Okay, go ahead and make sure you're targeting and swing that cane. Ooh. Oh, I also want to remind you guys, I know it's a little late at this point, you all have a hero point for this session.
I'm supposed to have 2. It's
Oh, you're right.
birthday.
Yeah, you have 2. Well, maybe you'll
That's
get to roll
definitely
before the
pertinent.
session over.
I'll go ahead and use mine and try to redo that one.
Alright, so after you give yourself a hero point, remember you can right click on this to reroll using a hero point.
There it is. Damn,
It's the exact same result, unfortunately.
it's rough. All right.
Bounded
wanna-
by it.
Raise your shield, or do you want to strike again?
For my final action, I'm gonna raise shield.
Okay.
Let's see.
So if you have the shield equipped, you have it set up on your character sheet.
Yeah,
should be-
I am holding a shield.
Okay. So now, if we look at your shield,
Maybe I have to find the action.
perhaps? I'm not sure. Well, we know that you have a +2 to AC for now.
All right.
We'll keep track of that. Silas, as your turn begins, go ahead and make that recovery check.
Sure thing. Come on. Roll that. And roll that.
Success.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
So your dying value reduces by 1. But you are still unconscious. Alright, we come
I
back
hate this.
around to this guy. Who just got hit by this little dude. So he is going to start with a pitchfork strike against you. Actually, you know what? He's more scared of the giant rabbit.
The freaking Bugs Bunny rabbit.
Yeah, so he's going to start with a pitchfork strike against Harry.
Now I just
Alright.
feel insulted.
My AC is now 16.
He's a bigger rabbit. I can't help it.
My AC should be a 6. I need to fix that.
Alright, that is a miss. He strikes out, sort of grumbles and growls. Next thing he's going to do is he is going to try to trip you. So he's still
Alright.
targeting you. Oh, 1 second. My god, I have a sneeze, but it's not coming. Alright, so he's going to roll this, and it is going to be 5 lower than whatever he gets, and this is going against your reflex DC.
Reflex TC. Alright, that's a 14. He
So
makes it.
He makes it, so he knocks you prone. So he trips you. And then, while you're there down on the ground, he raises the pitchfork up, two-handed, and tries to stab it down into you.
Alright.
So he makes a final strike. And misses. Alright, Aurora, you have stabilized. My thugs are dying. Oliver, it is your turn.
All right.
Even with-
I'm gonna try and.
Yep, even with your friend Harry prone, you have a flank against this guy. He is distracted, leaving him vulnerable.
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
your
try and
attacks.
capitalize. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and go for a kick.
Okay,
Kick him in the nuts.
Kinda, yeah.
Sparta kick the back of his knees.
Yep. Definitely not opposed. Hiya! All right,
13 is a hit because of the flank.
let's go.
On my screen, it almost was a 20.
I know.
Go ahead and roll some damage. Max damage. All right.
Oliver, don't mess around with these kicks.
He is hurting. He's kind of looking bloodied, you would say.
I need more.
So
All right,
neat.
and then I'll swing as I bounce off his kneecaps. I'll try and swing down with the sickle back down.
Yeah, his knee sort of drops forward as you leap into the air, try to bite into his shoulder, his meaty shoulder. Go ahead and swing. Bada bada. That is a miss.
Oh, come on. That's twice now that it like went away from the higher one. Like, come on.
Well, you have a hero point if you want to spend it on this.
I do. What did I get on that? A 5 on the die.
Yeah, you got a +1 right now.
I think the circumstances are severe enough that I shall.
75% chance of doing better.
This is true.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and re-roll.
All right, let's see it. Reroll using hero point. A 12 is a hit exactly because of the flank.
Yes!
Another 5 points of damage. He is looking hurt. Harry, as your turn begins, you think with a good wallop, you can bring this bastard down.
I wanted to raise my shield.
Oh, yes,
my third action.
I assumed that was happening. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Harry, for his first action, will stand up to face the foe. And then he will desperately swing out with his cane.
That is a hit. For 1 point of damage. Harry, he's still standing. That is not enough. We need more from you.
Harry's gonna try to get away again. Oof.
That is a miss. Alright. That is all 3 actions from Harry, who is now left defenseless without his shield. It comes back to this man's turn. He turns one enraged, bloodshot eye upon the smaller rabbit. I'm gonna cook you for stew!
Yeah.
So he makes a pitchfork strike against Oliver. And gets him by 1.
Fucking. All right. That's unfortunate because I get a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Alright. Oliver drops. Moving him in initiative order. And he just takes a minute to sort of laugh and jeer at your corpse, leaving him somewhat distracted. For Harry.
Harry's not gonna abandon these people. He's gonna try
Not
to
again.
bop this guy in the back.
I mean, it's valid. I understand.
The Aztec speaks for all of us.
Alright, that is a hit. Go ahead
there it
and
is.
roll some damage. 3 points of damage. He falls, collapsing heavily onto the floor. Harry, as you look into the room, you realize that all of your companions are down.
Fuck. Come
You have
inside.
2 actions remaining. Alright? So those 2 actions. Oliver, I'm going to need a recovery check from you.
Fuck me.
Also, you should technically be dying 2, because you were wounded
dying?
1,
Wounded 1?
because you went unconscious in
sh-
the previous fight.
That counted as wounded 1 even though it was on only, like, non-lethal damage? Frick.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. Now give me that recovery check.
Oh, whew. I mean, I'll take everything I can get. I'm going to be honest.
No.
Oh, cool.
Alright. Harry, it comes back to you.
Alright, I'm gonna check this guy's pockets, see if he is carrying any kind of healing.
You see a
tools.
similar looking vial to what was on the supposed Rufus.
All right.
I
I don't
will.
really have time to double check it, so I'm gonna.
I will shoot a reminder for a couple things. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you can feel free to feed it to me, but I will also remind you that we've seen Silas be able to do stabilize as well. I'm not saying like go over there to do that just to have him stabilize me, but as a reminder for the future, more specifically.
Yeah, but right now, trying to do this the quickest, so you're closer, so rummage through this guy's pockets and then force feed Oliver again.
Okay. Big Bunny feeds Larger Bunny once more and restores 6 points of healing to Oliver.
Very begrudgingly feeds the rabbit. And I think that's actually all of my actions.
And with that, we can leave combat because nobody is in any danger of dying.
Harry doesn't know that, so he's gonna keep checking pockets, try to find healing stuff for the other guys.
Well, you don't find any amongst this one.
I think Oliver will take the chance to stand up
probably
and try and.
Can't see him
Help.
behind the bar, so I guess he'll just walk over to check.
Oliver knows of him, and he'll gladly check.
Amongst the frozen and shattered remnants of this lowly thug, you do indeed find a familiar. Actually, I guess it's not familiar looking to you because you've never drank in one, or you've never seen one.
He'll grab it and lift it up and go, "Does this look right?"
Yes, we need things like that.
Okay, he'll set it on the table to handle like Harry and continue like rummaging.
All right,
Maybe even try and check the door.
Sure.
I'll take it and feed it to Aurora.
Okay.
Actually, Oliver would be aware that we looked through this window and that we didn't see anyone in there, right? And that this door would probably lead to that?
Correct.
Okay.
Thread, Aurora heals 4 hit points. So if you want to go ahead and click heal after selecting Aurora, that should restore you.
I did it, what?
Yep, make sure
I'm
you
going
got
to
your
just
character.
Slowly peek in, trying not to gather too much attention,
Okay. You
and
peek
try and
in,
see if I can make sure I don't see people still.
And this room appears to be empty.
Step in.
Yeah, as I said,
It will fail.
this is a kitchen. There are pots and pans, but though much of it appears to be in a state of disarray.
Do I see any
distracting.
more?
More people? No, you do not.
What about things? Like such as
Piled-
potions or
Piled
stuff?
atop this table is a vast array of gear. Potions are not immediately obvious, but if you spend some time searching, you do indeed recover 1 more minor elixir of life.
Harry, is that where you currently are?
Yes, I walked around the bar to start checking behind it.
Oliver was about to probably step into that spot to then administer, but since you're already standing there, he probably just hands it to you to do it.
Yeah.
Already there.
Here, he will hastily take it and then start trying to feed Silas.
Okay, you administer it to the lizard. And Silas recovers 4 hit points.
There are more weapons and shields. And potions.
Ah,
I would like to grab these things.
I'm so sorry, friends. The room looked empty.
Silas
It's not empty anymore.
slowly awakes, seeing the enemies fallen and a large rabbit man standing over him. I'm not sure Silas has introduced himself yet. At least by name. But you do see this.
Yeah, back over in the other room.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
I missed the name.
Yeah,
part
Oliver
of it.
deliberately, specifically asked.
All right, you see Harry standing over you, holding a vial.
I'll help him up to his feet.
Well, we're here now. I guess the problem in here is over with. Let's grab what we need and let's go.
Sounds like a plan. I can't get in though. Right?
Here, I'll move out the way. I'll continue rummaging through the equipment that I was already kind of rummaging through, see if anything catches my eye.
There's a wide range of equipment here, and so what this is essentially going to be is you guys can spend the remaining gold from character creation to determine what is in this pile.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I don't have really much in gold from character creation.
Yeah.
You're funny.
well, no,
I have no money left.
from being level 1,
Oh,
So like this would make up the remaining like 10
40
gold.
gold
remaining 10.
total. Yeah.
Oh,
So a total of 40 gold's worth. I would like to immediately say that I find 5 gold's worth of freaking healer's tools.
Okay. There is indeed. You find bloodied and stained, but you find some healer's tools amongst this pile.
Ah, that's a start.
do I find a new sphere?
Indeed, you do.
Alright. Is there more expensive armor or
There
Sturdier armor?
certainly can be.
Yeah. The
Um,
armor's-
My dude can't really wear armor or use most weapons, so I'm fine with my extra gold kind of being whatever else you guys think we should use or have.
You could find more minor elixirs of life.
I would like those, yes.
So,
Alright. We're like
I
searching
feel
for
like
what we-
as you guys are searching stuff, you arm yourselves up, strapping on gear, picking up weapons, and maybe even doing some healing. And
Yes.
as you all do, you feel stronger. You feel more confident in yourselves, in your abilities, as you all level up to level 1.
I never thought I would be so excited to be level 1.
Welcome, everybody.
So, funny.
So, congratulations, everybody. All your characters survived the prologue of the Turngrave Affair.
Holy cow.
2 weeks from now, we are going to start the proper meat of this adventure and see if the heroes can survive it. So, hang around or come around again in that 2 weeks' time as we unveil what our heroes' classes will be. Until then, thank you for coming out. Thank you, my players, for sticking with me, for not assuming that I killed all your characters in the second session ever. And we'll see you all next
Imagine.
time. Be good,
Hey, it
folks.
almost happened to the third one.
Catch you later, stream.